Now to the president's $4.4 trillion budget. It includes a big fix to the country's crumbling roads, bridges, and airports. $200 billion in federal money. First, with a push to get states and private companies to ramp up the spending to $1.5 trillion over 10 years. The president will hold a bipartisan committee meeting with congressional leaders on Wednesday and is headed to Florida for a speech on Friday. The Democrats, though, are on full frontal attack against the president's budget. It basically reduces funding for Medicaid, Medicare, federal disability insurance, food stamps getting cut, State Department, Labor Department, Energy, Transportation, EPA, HUD, Interior, also getting cuts in funding. It also eliminates 22 agencies, including the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and the NEA. And here's the increase in funding. It's going to go to infrastructure, a border wall, help fight the opioid crisis, defense, Homeland Security, VA, all see boosts. DACA immigration reform, not in the president's budget. Let's bring in Republican Representative Andy Biggs of Arizona with me now. Congressman, what do you think of the president's plan? The Democrats hate it. They're going full frontal attack on it.
Well, then that tells you that he's probably on the right track in my mind. I mean, the reality is we have got to start bringing down our spending. As your previous guest noted, we brought in more money in January than ever before. We keep growing the last 3 or 4 months in revenue, but we are still with a structural deficit because we simply spend too much. So I think the president's on the right track trying to find ways to reduce spending. Okay, the president really threw down the gauntlet this morning with a tweet. He said this will be a big week for infrastructure after so stupidly spending $7 trillion in the Mideast. Now time to start investing in our country. What are your thoughts there? Well, I think that the $200 billion that he's proposed is appropriate. I think that what we do need to make sure is that it's paid for, right? Because, as you know, most of infrastructure funding is paid for at the state and local level. But all of the regulation comes out of the feds. And that's where we really need to free people up. So we can free up the states, the locals, by eliminating a lot of these onerous regulations. But we have to find a way to get that $200 billion. You can't just say we're going to spend $200 billion until you know you have a way to pay for it. New Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer saying in a statement this, quote, the president's infrastructure proposal would do very little to make our ailing infrastructure better, but would put unsustainable burdens on local government and lead to Trump tolls all over the country. What do you think of that? I think he's the same guy who said we wouldn't get tax cuts out and that they would be bad and they'd be Armageddon type. I think the reality is we can get this thing done, and it's going to, $1.5 trillion over the nation over 10 years is a significant increase, although it's not going to do the job. We know that there's a lot more need out there, but the reality is, I get back to this point, currently states and local governments are paying for almost, I want to say 85% of infrastructure. We need to facilitate that by taking the burdens off them of regulation. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi put out a statement as well saying, quote, after robbing from our children's future to enrich corporations and the wealthiest with the GOP tax scam, White House budget purpose-built to compound the cruelty. And the New York Times saying this is a headline from the New York Times about Nancy Pelosi. Quote, she may be losing what was once an iron grip on Democrats. What do you think? Pelosi, with that statement just right there, the New York Times is basically, that story was that Nancy Pelosi is losing her iron grip and that she's out of touch. What are your thoughts? I'd have to agree with that. I mean, she's out there saying the benefits of the tax cut package is just crumbs. And the reality, I get stuff almost every day, it seems like, from constituents saying my paycheck's increased, I have less taken out and less withholding. They are so grateful for that. And I think that's the saving grace of what we've done in the last year in Congress is that tax cut package. I think she's missed the boat on it. I think she's missed the messaging. And sooner or later, quite frankly, I hope she just stays in, actually. It's good for us. I hear you. Switching gears, a group of 7 Republican senators led by Chuck Grassley will introduce an immigration plan mirroring President Trump's framework, including $25 billion for border security, a path to citizenship for 1.8 million DACA or DACA-eligible immigrants, also limits on family-based immigration. And here's the president commenting about all this earlier. Watch.
I did not want DACA in the budget. I wanted DACA separate so that we could talk about it and make a deal. And I hope to be able to make a deal. I hope the Democrats are not going to use it just as a campaign. They've been talking about DACA for many years, and they haven't produced. We started talking about DACA, and I think we'll produce.
What do you think? Will the Democrats sign on to it? He needs 60 votes, right? I mean, he's going to need Democrats here.
Well, you know, I'm not real supportive of the plan, but I'll tell you what, if I was a Democrat, I would have signed on to the plan that the president introduced at the State of the Union immediately. That's far more than they're going to ever get, I think, out of the bodies. And they've kind of, in my opinion, they've missed the opportunity. I think the president's right. They use it as a talking point. And I've been seeing dreamers now that are saying we're just being used by the Democrats. I think they're right.
How do Democrats not support DACA reform and infrastructure spending? How do they not support that?
They just don't want to see anything this president do succeed.